All right, good afternoon, everybody. Oop, hello. Wrong screen, wrong screen. Anyway, start in a month 2, day 14. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I've got to figure out a better way for restream chat. Okay, that's good. It's also something I need. I think I need to see the chat window itself, but it's also like blocking everything. Because I want it on top, because I don't want to have to like shuffle windows around and stuff, but anyway, maybe if I just make it a little bit narrower, that'll be better. All right, cool. So anyway, yeah, welcome to the stream, everybody. Yeah, where do we even start here? Let's start with our mantra for the day. So today's mantra is KISS. I know that really stands for Keep It Simple Stupid, but I've decided to rename it Keep It Simple Steven because, yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's a place for like feeling stupid or, unduly criticizing oneself for, some perceived fault or failure or something like that. So I like to reformulate that to be a little more positive. And I've been watching a lot of Steven Universe recently, so the way name Steven is on my mind. Yeah, anyway, we're getting into a really cool part of the startup. So if you care to look at my raw markdown file here, you'll see that the excerpt for today's live stream notes is Pixstore UI build out, customize all the things within reason. So yesterday, if you were on the stream, or if you want to go back and check the recorded stream, link to that on startupinamonth.net. Yeah, what we got to is this really cool stage in the process, which was finally, like getting the killer feature of the app like implemented for real, and that is. Usually have this muted, and Twitch likes to send me notifications and emails when I start streaming. Okay, there we go. So anyway, as I was saying, we got to the killer feature of this app already, which is not only putting content on the screen, but giving people like easy, accessible ways to actually like customize it when they want to. So anyway, now that we've got that figured out, yeah, it's going to open up the doors to like really ramping up production on this thing. So that's really cool, but if you care to take a look at the Tailwind CSS documentation, you will see that it is super involved. Oh, I should be running online onto my router or something because the Wi-Fi in this room is just too slow. But anyway, if you see over here, we've got 10 categories of classes just for layout. Cutting and coffee. Ah, thank you. Good afternoon, Kevin. Congrats on completing that feature. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Yeah, I was just talking about the next step for what we're doing now that we can do the actual basic stuff in this app. So anyway, we've got like, 10 to 15 classes just for layouts. We got like 6 classes just for Flexbox, another 10 for grid, maybe box alignment, spacing, sizing. Hey Cliff. Welcome, 1 of 0. It's a pretty cool name, man. I like your handle. Welcome. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, so anyway, point being is that there is a lot of stuff you could customize about, like, basically anything in this, crazy CSS world that we live in. Yeah, so anyway, now we've got the ability to just kind of, like, arbitrarily add Tailwind classes to elements, and that's really cool, but I think it could easily get into a place where like I've got like too many of them, and this thing I'm trying to do where I'm trying to offer people the freedom to customize could quickly like kind of get out of hand if they've got like way too many options. It's too like overwhelming. So yeah, I'm gonna try to keep this thing in mind, keep it simple, because yeah, I want to give them freedom, but I don't want to give them like so much freedom that they like have no idea what to do. So I don't know where that line is, but I want to keep that in mind for the day. So yeah, anyway, what do I plan to do today? We're going to start with the coding warm-up, and then we're going to customize all the things within reason. You might notice some helpful subtitles for my headings here, and that is because these stream notes are going up on my blog. And yeah, if you're so curious to check this out, at the end of the stream, I'm going to upload these, share them out. Any kind of links that I reference in the middle of the stream, they'll be located here. Kind of like back episodes of this thing. So, you know, the recorded YouTube version of things that like live on YouTube forever, as opposed to like Twitch where they like eventually disappear after a certain number of days. You can find that here. So anyway, I'm starting to make these notes more public, and if you'd like to check them out, they'll be there under their respective day. Heck yeah. Oh, I think I saw you for the first time yesterday. Welcome back, man. I think you might be one of Coding Coffee's viewers. Yeah, welcome back, dude. Yeah, anyway, so let's not dally too much here. Yeah, let's get to thing one for the day, the coding warm-up. So that is going to, once again, come from the Eric Norman newsletter. And that challenge is RGB color mixing. So this is kind of cool. Seems relatively straightforward, and something I could, like, you know, probably get done in like 30 minutes. And yeah, if I get it done sooner than expected, it'd be cool to, you know, see how much we can do with it in the time we have. So the basic idea is to take like a hex color. Don't really work with like hex numbers too much, so I need to like learn how to like actually average a hex color. So that should be a little bit interesting. But anyway, basically you take these two things. This is white, I think, and this is black, and then I assume this is gray. 7F, 7F, 7F. So anyway, take two colors, take their values, mix them together, and find out what's between them. Oh, interesting. This one has multiple colors being mixed. Yeah, so two or more colors. Yep, so relatively straightforward. Let's get the clock out. And let's get going. Alright, so we got color averaging. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention is I'm gonna like actually put these coding challenges up on GitHub too, since you know, it's better just to have things up there and available for people to check out if they want to check that out. So in the stream notes, I'm also going to put a link to the completed coding challenge once I get commit and push that, so you can look forward to that as well. So anyway, got the file open, got the thing copied in, got the REPL running, so let's get going, shall we? You can never see this, but I'll hold it up anyway. Sound effect. And let's begin. Alright, we can still add one on one, right? We can. And I do not even know where to begin when it comes to hex colors. We're going to need that later, but I'll close it for now. Yeah, how to average hex colors. Averaging RGB colors the right way. How to average hex numbers. Alright, take the hex string to an integer. Calculate the average value for each color component. Reconstruct the final value. So I think I want to like have a function which can take a hex value, turn it to a number, and then turn that number back to a hex value. I think that's probably the easiest way to go, as opposed to like having these in hex and keeping them in hex. I'm going to a normal like base 10 thing and then back. That sounds like the way to go. So hex number to integer closure. Let's see if anyone has anything like that. Formats. Formats a string using Java string formats. This is like string interpolation. Decimal D. Oh, hello. So there's like special percent things in there. Can I take like a hex to a decimal using this format function? Seem to recognize that syntax too. Okay. So we're probably going to use this, but let's dip a toe back into Google once more and see if we have something a little closer to hand. Google Groups. Read string. Here's number. Hex to number, you take a string. Is this closure? Let n read strings. If it's a number, give the number back. Otherwise, don't do anything with it. Seems easy enough. So what is like read string hash ff look like? Maybe just that. ff turns to ff. ox44 ox. Maybe I need to put ox in front of it. 255, yeah. Oh, that's exactly right, because, yeah, I'm, like, way more comfortable with RGB than I am with hex. Yeah, so I know, like, 255, 255, 255, and RGB is white. And I'm also sly enough to know that this is also white, so, yeah, it's exactly what I need. Very cool. So, read string is the function to use. Right, so first things first, I need to take these hex strings and I need to split them into groups of 2. Ooh. There's a sweet closure function I was looking at earlier called partition, which will be exactly right for that. So, right, defen mix. So I'll take multiple values eventually, but for now I'll just take one. So, right, I want to do a threading macro, I'll do a threading as. Let's call it $sign for now. As expression and the name. Okay, so the hex number, we're going to drop first from that, which is going to give us everything but the $, all but the first items, yep. So we're going to drop from the hex, and then we are going to partition 3 the hex, and let's just go from there. So we'll say mix up. So I ran a little JavaScript today. I've got my parentheses situation all mixed up again. Oh, need this in the REPL. And I don't know how to create iSeek from closure core drop. Oh, maybe I just need to wrap those two. So what is like drop? What do you do? Expected natural integer received string. Drop. Oh, it needs a Needs a number I see. Drop one. Drop one from this string then. Right. Then I get a bunch of characters, and I probably need to convert those into a string again. Unless I do this. Nope, still get the characters. Alright. So keep that in mind, we're working with characters after we drop it, and not letters. So, what does this look like if we say drop one? Load that back into the REPL. That's pretty much right, but we actually had to partition by 2. Cool, okay. So now I've got 3 lists, both with 2 Fs inside them. Alright. And now what we need to do is map over those with the function. So what is our map function going to do? It's going to take each one of these, it's probably going to take the characters, recombine them into a string, and it's going to pass them into that read string function. But first it's going to put OX in front, because that's what read string needs to know that this is a hex number. Okay. Fun. Cars. Alright. So I'm going to start with the cars. We're going to say apply string. Apply a string to those characters, and then we're going to say string 0, 0x to those characters. Alright, so we start with that list. We wrap them up into a string by using apply in the string function. And then we prepend that string with 0x. The lazy sequence cannot be cast into a function. Maybe we should just do this as a first step. Alright, we got that mostly right, except it's backwards. That's because this is thread first, but we really need thread last. Cool. Alright, so now we got 3 strings, OXFF. Alright, and that is what we're going to do our math with. Wait, no, we haven't done the last thing yet. We haven't converted them into a number. So we're going to have to map, do string on them, and then we're going to say read string. So now we get a list of 3 255s, I think. Yes. Great. Alright, now we have what we need to average. We can do that with one number. Yeah, now we need to do this with multiple hex values, right? So let's see. This is not actually the mix function. This is hex to. Man, I love you can like write an arrow as a function name. Reserved keyword in JavaScript, but totally fair game in Clojure. All right. So this is hex to like a num triple. It's a really bad name, but that's basically what it does, right? It takes a hex number and gives us back a list of 3 base 10 numbers that we can do base 10 math on. So yeah, may as well call it that, right? Alright, now we have def and mix. This is going to actually do the mixing for us. It's going to use this as like a now I need to remind myself how to do rest args in Clojure. It's like a and something. Variatic functions, that's what we want. Variatic meaning a function with more than one argument. Functions may also define a number of parameters. Variatic function must occur at the end of the parameter list. They'll be collected in a sequence for use by the function. That's cool, but can I just do this? And stuff. Can I print line stuff? There's our new mix function. If I say mix, hello, how are you? Yes, I can. I get a list of the arguments I passed in, and that's it. All right, so that's cool. Right, so I need to map over stuff using hex to num triple, and I want to print line what that looks like. So if I say mix ff, I should just get 1. Right, the list with 1 triple in it, but if I do like 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, what do I get? Cool. Alright. F7, F7, F7. Great. Okay, so now I've got 2 RGB numbers, and if I can get 2, then I can get 3. Alright. Yeah, so that seems like a good candidate for a variable to define in a let block. So if I say like let natural, or hell, let's just call them RGB nums. Need a square bracket for that. It's going to be the result of mapping over stuff and calling hex to num triple on all of it. Once we've got that, we can start mapping over those and averaging them. All right. Yeah. Ooh, this will be a really interesting opportunity to map with multiple vectors or multiple lists in this instance, because like in a JavaScript context, when you are mapping over an array, you are mapping over a single array. But when you are mapping, not map index, but normal map, when you are mapping in a Clojure context, if you take a look at the possible ways you can call this function, you can call it with 1 collection, or 2 collections, or as many as you want. And I think how this works is map, that function will visit like the first element in each collection and like run its stuff on it. Yeah. So like 1 plus 4 is 5, 2 plus 5 is 7. Yeah, that's what I want. Collections will be consumed and passed to the mapping function in parallel. So if I say like, geez, I program computers for a living. To average a set of numbers. You like add them and divide by 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, add each number and then divide by how many numbers there are, right? So what I want to do is like define average and nums. All right, let's num count be the result of count nums, and then we want apply addition to the nums, and then we want to divide by the count of the nums. Yeah, I don't think I need a variable for that necessarily. Alright, so if I average 100 and 0, I think I should get 50. Nope. Not in the REPL yet, but now... I get the another special closure thing, which is fraction, which you can express in closure, which is kind of crazy. 1 divided by 50. Count nums. I think I get 1 divided by 50. Divide. Oh, because I have these terms backwards, don't I? Needs to be dividing the result of the addition by the count and not the other way around. So now I should get 50. Cool. Alright. So there's our average function. Yeah, this needs to go ahead of that. Now I need to say map over the RGB nums using average as the map function. Yeah, let me just try that in the small first, and then we'll move on to the big. Map average over this. And I think I need to quote these if I'm going to use them like that. Persistent list cannot be cast to a function. Maybe if I quote that, nope. Maybe if I just get lazy and turn it into a vector. There we go. Can I do that? Nope. Can I do it now? Nope. Can I get lazy and also turn this into a vector? I sure can. Whoop. Yeah, maybe there's a problem that went beyond the type of list this thing was in. Ah, it's because I'm passing it within a list, right? I'm going to get these back as that. Alright, cool. But I think if we just like back it up, I'm gonna get them out of the function like this. So I think I need like a partial apply average. I think I need something like that. Nope. Yeah, maybe I'll just map v. Map, but turn it into a vector. Right, so now I get a vector of numbers, not a list of numbers. All right, cool. So let's try calling average on these RGB nums. Map average RGB nums. Inline. There we go. All right. Right. I think we still need apply. Hopefully I called that right. Ah, there we go. 255, 247. But what was RGB nums? What was that? 255, 255, 247. Oh, interesting. I think I'm getting not the right thing back. So RGB nums is this. Let's load that in. Okay. Def stuff is going to be this. It's going to be a list of the arguments that we passed. So that's what we get back. RGB nums becomes that. Map apply average to RGB nums becomes just two numbers. The first number and the second number. So something about how we're using map on multiple lists is not working out. And we needed apply because just average by itself is not going to do it for us. Maybe we need it the other way around, like apply map average. Maybe that's it. Ah, yep, there we go. Yeah, so now yeah, that's exactly what we want. 255, 247, the average between those is 251. So we got three 251s back. Nice. Now if we say, like three of those, I bet we can do three. Just some crazy hex number. Don't know if this is going to be right. We still get 251. Ah, it's because RGB nums is still the same thing. But I bet we can call the real function now, and not just the faked function. $706 divided by 3, 553 divided by 3. Well, that's curious. Is that a real hex color? It is C3F. That should be kind of lovely shade of purple. 706 divided by 3. Apply addition to the nums. Yeah, so I got a number here, but I got a fraction here. How do I get a fraction? What happens if I try it with 4 numbers? Something even weirder. I get an average, I get a fraction here, but I get a number there. 935 divided by 4. Fractions closure. Float. Double. Okay, so if I get something that is, would that be an irrational number or something that like goes on and on and on? I think I got a fraction back. Float. read string. Yeah, maybe if I just wrap this in float, that'll give me what I need. It will. Okay, cool. So now we got those decimal values. But now I need to round down. Round a number to a whole number closure. What's the best area to noun numbers and closure? Int. Math floor. Math floor followed by int. Cool. All right, there's our average, our new and improved average function. And now I get whole numbers. I do get whole numbers, and they are whole numbers which are rounded down from their decimal representations. Okay. And now I convert this back to hex. How do I do that? I've got my RGB color. I need to convert it to hex. Defin num triple to hex. Oop. Takes a num triple. Convert RGB to hex closure. Here's a nice gist. Alright. So this is the process of hex colors to RGB. Oh no, I need this backwards. I need RGB into hex. No! No, I was so close. Man, we're so close. I'm just gonna keep on going and finish this. Closure, 76 characters. Here's that format thing again. Cons with a hash, the result of mapping over each of those colors and calling format on it. Yeah, I'm not too proud to just copy this. Reduce with the string function, all that stuff. All right. So copy this, put num triple right there, and then yeah, let's try this with 255. So if we say num triple to hex, we say 255. Yep, does exactly what it says it does, doesn't it? Cool. Yeah. So we average them, and then we num triple them to hex. The numbers that we averaged. And I think we're there. Hey, look at that. Cool. Yeah, let's play around with this a little bit. So let's just do like a sanity check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This should be 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6. 7F, right? Yep, so that's that. Yeah, let's just pick some like random hex values. So CC EF45, no idea what that is. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. What are you? color's that? That is, what is that? Oh, that's a really nasty green. Nice. Okay. Yeah, what if we take the black out? What do we get? We get A4, B5, 82. What are you? Somewhat less nasty green, but this does make sense because if you recall, we took this number out, which is pure black. This is pure white. This is pure black. So we took the pure black out and we went from that, which is darker, to this, which is lighter. So yeah, that's cool. We probably get something darker if we take the white out, right? 4F62D. Yep, exactly. We get that kind of nice, something approaching forest green. Here's like nasty olive. Here's the original color we started with. So yeah, lighter and darker. Cool. Yeah, interesting. I almost finished that on time. And yeah, did a little copy pasting, did a little bit of Stack Overflow reading, a little bit of copying, but yeah, man, we got it. So cool. Yep, anyway, we will conclude that segment. Of course, I just spilled water all over my keyboard. Sorry, little guy. I hope I didn't wreck you. I think I'm okay. Alright. Alright, that being said, let me clean this up a little bit. I'll have this up on the blog later today. Oh. Turn the keyboard off. You should turn it back on again. Alright. Yeah. How to convert hex to number to base 10 number read string. All right. Util for averaging many numbers, rounding them down to the nearest whole number. Let's see. Takes a whole. Hey, you know what? There's a docstring feature in this language, isn't there? Let's just put that in the docstring. But it goes before the argument list. That's right. Get a little practice with that. All right. Takes a hex number and turns it into a vector of base 10 numbers, e.g. FF, 255s. Okay, there's a little doc string for that one. Takes a vector of base 10 numbers and turns them into a hex color, e.g. 255 to FF. Magic happens here. E.g. Mix if you mix white and black, you get, was that like 7F? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll just leave that in there for demonstration purposes. Great. Demo run. This leads to that. Let's round in quotes with a hash in front. Okay. Yep, so we're done. Great. Well, that's all she wrote on that one. Nice. Okay. So we'll close this. We'll go back to our notes. We'll close our old notes. Yeah, should I link any of these? Bridge too far, I'd say. Yeah. We'll not reference all the stuff we opened on the way. Alright, cool. So, yep, now it's time to get onto our app. So, let me update what we're doing. Assembly line. Man, how do you spell assembly? Assembly. Let's see, assembly line. Drop down production. All right, there we are. So we got the app running over here. We got our editor open. Man, I was having trouble with this. Really? Went for 3 hours and 43 minutes? Oh, yeah, because I started in the afternoon, right? Yeah, I've been having trouble with Supervisor recently, because that's this little command line utility I'm using to, like, run these apps. Supervisor alternatives, Linux. And I wonder if there's a better, like, process runner, systemd, sysv init, openrc, run it, yeah, hello, server suspension or replacements, finite, sysv init replacements, system E. Yeah, PM2, I've used that before. Unfortunately, it is Node.js specific. I liked it well enough, but I don't think I can use that for closure. Yeah, anyway, we'll figure that out later. Yeah, we'll see if we actually encounter any problems today. Alright, so, yeah, let's just make sure it all works. Style editing on. Text size, 4XL. Excellent. Style editing off. Alright, cool. So we can do this for text style, and now we need to do it for other kinds too. We shouldn't block our camera. Yes, okay. Do need more overhead lights, and we do need to figure out what it is we are actually gonna do. Alright, help if this was not in tablet mode. Now I'm very curious to know if they've built this site with Tailwind. Small interlude, indeed they did. Excellent. It's very much a dog food kind of scenario there. If you built the documentation for your design system in the design system itself, then That's a good sign. All right. All right, so we did font size. What we got here? Font family. Sans serif mono. Yeah, I can see this. All right, style edit modal. I think it's going to be a really good idea to put these in a separate module. Test select. You're also going to want to put this into a separate utility class, because if I have like 500 of those, then it's going to get very distracting to read the code. So I think breaking that out into utility, and then yeah, maybe just defining like a set of just like literally a module with a bunch of vectors with all the valid like Tailwind classes I want to use with this thing. I think that's a good move. So if we say like Tailwind classes.cljs, we can just kind of dump these things in here and then reference them elsewhere. All right. Font size, definitely be good to refer to these as what they're named in Tailwind. So font sizes. I'll comment you out for now, and we'll say require picstory.utility Tailwind classes for font sizes. All right, so let's just make sure we can do it with that to start. And if we can do it, oh, also need to connect to the REPL. All right, now connected to the REPL, and if we can refresh, that's not totally broken. We're in business. Great. Just to make sure I'm not totally crazy, because I was working with a very stale version of my app for a very long time yesterday and had no idea. I want to see that that goes away, and it doesn't. Oh dear. Ah, geez. Was that because I think I've got the old one in here still. Yeah, I do. That's it. Yeah, so maybe I need to learn how to actually require this from this module. I think I'm getting to the point where this is like getting pretty confusing. Try to dance around on these files and figure out what goes where. Style edits. I find myself becoming increasingly sensitive to the idea that this stuff is a little bit extraneous sometimes, like organizing things into modules and making them really nice. It's not like strictly necessary. Yeah, damn it. That kind of takes a long time to do. And time is by design of the essence in this thing. And this is why I wanted an alternative to supervisor, because if you tail the app, what you'll see is that you know, watching build front end, like nothing's amiss. But if you say like help help status, or no, help tail tail app standard error build completed. Yeah, so there's obviously like something not right here, but it's not perceivable to me through the logs that I'm getting from supervisor itself. So I think for now I'm just going to do this. Actually, I need to get back into supervisor because I need to stop the app. Stop app. Exits. Let's see. Cats. Grep npx. Alright. Just going to run this straight in the terminal. Yeah, whatever's actually going on with it will be a problem I figure out later. So now that I'm running it in the terminal and I'm just getting like the output from Shadow CLJS straight into 35873. 3355.3. Don't think these are reports that I've told you to open on. But we'll see what happens. Required namespace style edit is not available. Alright. So that was the error that I needed. I guess you guys can't read that. This is the error that I needed, but I could not see in my supervisor logs. So I don't know if I'm not using that right, but if there's a way I could use it, which would make it more obvious to see, but more what the story is I need to style edits. Style edit. And then there's the namespace, called that too. Pick story, got components. It is. So we save that, and Tailwind classes is not available. Pick story utility, Tailwind dash classes. Tailwind dash classes. Alright. Let's learn this once and for all, because this has been like a persistent pain point for Clojure with me. Clojure namespaces and dashes. Alright, brave Clojure. You'll have some answers for me, I'm sure. Within each of us lives a librarian named Melville, a fantastical creature who delights in the organizational arts. Yeah, man, I really need to read this whole book. This is really funny stuff. Storing objects, creating and switching to namespaces. There's something weird here with dashes. I need to find what it is. The name of the namespace is the Divine Cheese Code.core. In Clojure, there's a one-to-one mapping between a namespace name and the path of the file where the namespace is declared, according to the following conventions. When you create a directory, the source code's root is source by default. Yep, that's all we got. dashes in namespace names correspond to underscores in the file system. So the dash define dash cheese dash code is mapped to the define cheese code on the file system. The component preceding a period and namespace corresponds to a directory. Right. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Because it's like pick stories slash utilities slash tailwind classes. That's like the actual file system path to this file. The file component of a namespace corresponds to a file with the CLJ extension. Core is mapped to core.clj. .core. Okay. So underscores for directories, dashes for namespaces, I think. svg.clj, it looks like that's. Names correspond to underscores in the file system. So if I call this tailwind underscore classes, does that fix the problem? Tailwind dash classes, okay. Resource source does not have expected namespace. Pickstory.utility. Okay. So now the namespace itself does not have the right name, which is okay, because we can rename that. Front end compiling. Cool. Okay. So just remember that underscores for file names, dashes for namespace names. Namespaces must correspond to the path and file on the actual disk. Yeah, okay. That's a little weird, but I think it makes enough sense for now. Alright, so if I save, and I can change this crappy style dash edit. Pages, big story, style dash edit. Refer style edit UI, that is a function name, so that can have as many dashes as you want. And now I think I've completed the circle. Alright. So if we go back here, refresh. Alright. Yep. We deleted that line. That's all good. Errors, nope. Okay. So we're back. We've learned a little bit, so that's great. And yeah. Let's do a little more housekeeping. Dash select class is going to be this. Select class. Select class, except no quotes. Great. Word wrap for legibility. And yeah, now we move on from the domain of a test select to a real select. So it's going to be font sizes. Label for font sizes. Sure be good to have a label. Font size. Cool. All right. Yeah. Now we can move, man. All right. So this is a style edit UI. Within it is a select component. So I think what we do is we say define style select. That'll be this. Style select needs a ID and it needs a list. So font sizes and then font sizes for string hash ID, then class list. All right, I think that's what we need. Oh, need to put that inside. Need to change that from font sizes to ID. Maybe an ID and a label and a class list. Font sizes. Cool. All right, we're in business. Now we got something repeatable, relatively simple, and configurable. All right. So we got that, and then, yeah, how about we add another one? Style select, font family, or font style, was that it? Font family, nope. Font family, font families, which we still need to define. So let's go over here. Let's do a little work with VS Code key commands. Let's go over here, def font families. It's going to be that, except wrapped in quotes. All right, fantastic. Import that in our code. I've already written that, so yeah, it's just kind of be there, right? And there it is. Font sans, font mono, font serif. Yeah, I think it'd be really great if my hot reloading was working right now, but so I'm gonna fix that for like at least 3 or 4 days. I don't know if you're watching, Stuart, but it's still a problem. So in lieu of doing that, which is important work but kind of boring and tedious, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to preload my state with something in one of these templates, and then even though I have to refresh, I will still be able to like, get to the point where I can like test this thing quickly. So right, I think it's gonna be here. Here's another interesting question. Do I have to preload the state with these? So we got font size and font weight in here. Font size I think worked because we have like the style block in here. And we have it for each of these. So the properties like already exist. So if I try to go like accessing one, then it won't throw a fit because it's trying to like access or change or get a property on a map that doesn't exist yet. So yeah, first things first, we'll do some test text, which will look great. Alright, so we got some text in there, style editing. Alright, font family, if you'll notice, is not in any of these maps yet, so I wonder what happens. Font serif, font mono. Doesn't throw an error, but doesn't apply the class successfully. Flex call. Yeah, man, even the old drop down doesn't work. Oops. I got a little work to do here. I'll style editing. I think this was related to moving my component out. Oh, that was select. Right, that's this onChange function. Oh, yeah, we had all kinds of stuff in here that we still need to port over. So, yeah, bear with me for a second. We're just gonna reinvent the world here. We need this onChange function. Class, select class ID, onChange. Alright, now we know what we need access to as well. We need the selected row and column, and we need the blocks. Selected row and column and blocks. And blocks. Select row and column and blocks. There we go. Now we just pass these down every single time, I guess. ID label, class lists, select row and call and blocks. And now this function has everything it needs to work, I think. Can we make the text bigger? Not yet. Why is that? No protocol method named deref defined for undefined. Style edit 46. Ah, it's because we. Well, actually, shouldn't we have gotten that? Maybe I need to start from the start. Style edit, click that, change the font size. No. Selected row. Oh, did I not save this? Probably didn't save it. Vector's key for a search must be a number. Style select line 49. Where did cell call come from? Cell row and cell call. Cell row, cell call, am selected row, blocks. I'm just passing the atom straight in. Select row call, atom blocks. Passing that to style edit UI, which is getting it from the app in general. Select row call, blocks, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. It's all got the same name. Maybe a lucky resave will help. Vector's key for a search must be a number. Yeah, it might be some kind of weird state thing I got going on. What if I just like start from scratch? Content editing off, style editing on. Does this work? It does. Okay, so I'm missing some piece of state and style. Unclick row index 0. Okay, WP style editor. I'm not sure what's going on there, but maybe if I just initialize this to, instead of nil, nil, I can do like our atom 0, 0. That could be basically the right thing. Click that, large text. All right, cool. So anyway, not not super great, but you know, it'll work. All right. Font serif, font mono. Ooh, hey. Look at that. Ah, that's so cool. Watch that happen. Excellent. We're going places. Cool. So, font family down. What's next? Font smoothing. Seems to controlling the font smoothing of an element. Seems a little too refined. Right, that's kind of intense for your average user, so I think I will not do that for now. Though italic versus non-italic, absolutely. All right, this is referred to as font style. Into the utility you go. Def font style. Either italic or not italic. All right, back to our modal. Let's make another one. Font style. Font style. Font styles. Let's keep this multiples naming convention going, just for the sake of consistency. Refresh. Still not there. Everything is saved. right. Invalid refer. Font styles does not exist. Font sizes, families, and styles. Well, maybe if I load that in first and then load this as well. Yep. Still not there. Ah, man. Have some kind of... Oh, hello. I'm guessing there was something I did wrong here. Def font styles. Italic and not italic. Looks like a good, valid closure vector to me. Font families, font styles. Over here. It's got the right name. It's got the right name. Throws no errors. If I just give it something totally ridiculous, man, need to give it an atom. If we go back to the browser, is it still broken? Man, what is the issue? It's like the exact same thing, right? What if I do it like this? Oh, yeah, this is it. This is the thing I was talking about? No, this isn't the thing I was talking about. Because we did it with font family and it worked. Man. So we save. And our compiler is hung. Invalid refer. Font styles does not exist. So I tried to use the thing before I had actually defined it. And I think that made Shadow CLJS freak out a little bit. Now it's building again. It's still not there. Ah, but I bet this is a stale build. So we're still configuring the build. Like clockwork, it shows up. Okay. Build completed, which presumably means I can refresh and get italic and non-italic text. Excellent. Okay. Now, why did it hang? Why was it not able to just kind of like figure out that I had made a change in that file and then recompile and like give the compilation step one more try? Let's try that one more time to see if we can reproduce that. Font weight. Yeah, that's cool. Font weight's good. So if we do this, wrap you in quotes 2, put you in a vector. Okay, so we're going to call this font weights. Let's see if we can get this bug again. Font weights. I'll make another one. Style select. Font weight. Font weights. Font weights. Okay, so we've tried to require something that doesn't exist, and we've tried to use it in our app. Now we get that same error. No, we don't. We were getting a different one before. Invalid refer. Can we ask for it again? Okay, but what happens if we go here? Def font weights. We save, it works. Weird, very weird. I don't know how I created that error, and I couldn't recreate it. Well, we'll see if we catch it again. At least we know we need to reset when we see it. Which is unfortunate, but kind of the name of the game sometimes. Alright. So, production mode, let's keep chugging. We got font weights, font variant numeric. Ooh, this is interesting. Utilities for controlling the variant of numbers. Font variant numeric. This is a CSS property I don't know anything about. Ordinal. Oh, this is cool. /0. So cool. Use numeric glyphs that are all aligned by their baseline. Oh, this is a great idea. Old style figures. Proportional figures. Tabular figures. So they're all like lined up. So much stuff. Diagonal fractions. When did this become a thing? Compatibility. Relatively recent versions of things. Oh. Great idea. It's a lot of custom nonsense, I'm sure, which went into solving this from scratch until it became an actual attribute in CSS. So that's really cool, but not really relevant for what we're trying to do here. Tracking tighter, normal. Yeah. Letter spacing, that's totally valid. Tracking dash. Delete you. Alright, let's just keep going. Letter spacings, def letter spacings. It's gonna be this. Alright, refer you, refer all the things. Everything on a new line, I think so, right? Alright. Letter spacing. Letter spacing. letter spacings. Little bitty refresh, quick test. Oh, I've already got too many. We already need to update our modal so it can scroll. I don't think it even worked. So anyway, quick work to make this scrollable. Let's just do this in the browser first. Modal portal. This div needs a new property. Overflow X scroll. But really that should be overflow Y. Maybe you need one more, or a couple for good measure. Yeah, let's just go for the Tailwind class overflow. Overscroll? Utilities for controlling how the browser behaves when reaching the boundary of a scrolling error. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, interesting. That's cool. It's overflow Y scroll. Class overflow Y scroll. All right. Still not scrolling. I think you probably need like a height 100, height full. Yeah, there we go. Now it scrolls. Yeah, because if a element is not of a constrained height, then it'll just keep getting bigger, 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 bigger. But if you constrain it to the height of its containing elements, and it's got content in there that, you know, exceeds whatever, like, you know, actual real pixel value that becomes by the time the screen renders, then, yeah, then you get overflow behavior. So fixed size combined with overflow Y scroll is what you need in that instance. Alright, so we can get rid of our test stuff. Sizes, family, style, weight, letter spacing. Right. Tracking widest. Ah, man. That's exactly what I want for this. Just something that you can, like, you know, do like font black, text 5XL, you know, just something like that. Tracking wide, tracking widest. Ooh, but now I have a bug, I think. Because my font size disappeared when I added font thin. Tracking widest, font thin. Font extra bold. Let's see what happens here. Font extra bold, font thin. Yeah, why did that disappear? Maybe I do actually need properties of that object, which are going to be empty. I was speculating before that if these things weren't in state already, that you know, we might get some kind of weird, funky behavior. I think that might be the case. So yeah, let's just experiment with that in small. Font size, font weight. What do you look like right now? Atom blocks. Let's Get them here. Let's get connected to the REPL. Get rid of the terminal for a while. Yep, connect to the front end. 349. Alright. Load this namespace. What is your value? Okay, I see. So font size now has like all of these things, even though font size was only really supposed to contain the font size relative classes, and then for like tracking wider, that would correspond to what was that, letter spacings. So yeah, there's something in the logic of the code here which is like not creating the right key in this object. Yeah, so let's review font size. Caught you red-handed. Of course it wouldn't work because I've hard-coded the category. Style select. Let's review what this function actually does. Oh, that's the component. Alright. Set style state. State, row, call, category. So I need a name for a category. That's going to be the ID. Font size, font family, font style. Yeah, I think the ID property makes sense there. Let's keywordize the ID. Now the question is whether this works without needing to add those properties to that state map beforehand, which I hope it does. Font serif, font mono, not italic. Yeah, let's make it italic. Font bold, tracking widest, text 5XL. I think that worked. Let's see if it did. And it totally did. Awesome. That's great. I loaded it up with the all the attributes. Maybe it did. Doesn't matter. It works. It works. It's cool. Oh, serif mono, thin, extra light, bold. Thin, extra light, bold. Yeah, it's one of the ones I actually selected. Ended up making it into the map, but that doesn't matter. We're cool. We're cool, man. We can keep moving. It'll just work. Cool. All right. I like this. Yeah, back to the text. Typography, letter spacing, we were just there. Line heights. Yeah. Yeah. Leading relaxed, leading normal. Leading none, leading tight, leading snug. I'm a little sketchy. I don't know whether that's going to be super useful or if it's going to be like way too much. We can take it out later if we need to. I'm also trying at the same time to not be like too pessimistic on like what the users like can or can't do or do know or don't know or what they're going to be willing to experiment with. What is this? Line heights, def line heights. It's going to be that. So I think there's this trend, especially in like mass market social media platforms of kind of like not really line height. Yeah, definitely this trend of like not really trusting people to be like smart or capable of figuring something out. Line heights, leading none, leading 7, leading 10. Yeah, not trusting that they're like smart enough to figure it out, or that they want something that is like capable. List style type. Yeah, I don't know if we're making lists. I don't think list classes are in just yet. Placeholder color. This is going to be for inputs. Not going to have inputs on this thing. Placeholder opacity. No. Text align. Definitely. But yeah, man, I want to believe that, like, people are smart. They want a capable tool. Something that's going to, like, give them the freedom to, make something interesting. Let's see. So yeah, one could definitely argue what's this text alignment? One could somewhat fairly make the argument that, a simple thing is, like, really appealing, like, from the other end of things. And if you offer people this, like, super empty, like, totally blank page, text alignment, that could be kind of like overwhelming for people, where it's just like too much and they don't know where to start and they don't want to touch it because it's just like so much commitment to this is great. So much commitment to just like learn the thing in the first place, but yeah, I guess that like most people just take that a little too far. Font semi-bold. Font black. I think people are a little smarter and a little more capable than we give them credit for. Actually, something that is totally worth a sidebar here is the size of Tailwind itself. Size 2.6 kilobytes. What? 2.7 megabytes. Yeah. So if I bring in this whole style sheet every single time for every single one of these, that starts to have problems for loading time. And I know there's ways to like parse down the build size for your Tailwind build. There's some kind of way where it like looks at the classes that you've actually used in your project, and then goes through and like deletes all the rules that you haven't used. So this is like the whole library right here, 2.74 megabytes, but you can get that down to probably kilobytes worth of CSS depending on what you have actually used. So yeah, I don't know. Something like this is probably a pretty clear example of something that would like add a lot of rules to the thing. So yeah, I don't know what my strategy is going to be for making sure that I'm not forcing people to like download this whole library every single time. So something to put on the back burner here. I think I'm just going to charge ahead and trust that there's either that there's like a elegant way to solve that problem, and I'm going to stumble on at the appropriate moments. But yeah, I don't know what that's going to be. I don't think it's super important to take care of it just right now. Something that is important to take care of just right now is need to go to the bathroom. So anyway, I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back in like 5 minutes, and we'll continue with our journey. So anyway, see you guys in just 1 second. All right, cool. We're back. And standing desk because sitting down too long is also really not good for you. Yeah. TW, text opacity. Well, these have been kind of easy to work this VS Code magic on, but they're getting a little trickier. I'll just take multiple passes. And we'll chill out, you know? It's get this done in due time, it's alright. text current. Yeah, so there's probably also classes that just don't make sense to like copy in, right? Like what is text current? Color or current color? Yeah, I don't need that. Transparent, sure. The rest of these, sure, but text current we do not need. Alright. More tabs. Everything gets quotes. Yeah, it would be kind of cool to scrape Tailwind somehow, just to like get the new classes when they show up. Probably such a thing as possible, but a little bit silly at the same time, right? Like, why not just do it like this? Because it's probably not going to change all that much, and it's probably not going to deliver so much value compared to the complexity of, you know, scraping a CSS sheet and building these lists of classes. Def text colors. There we go. Alright. Back over here. Text alignments, text colors. Text colors. Text color. Text color. Text colors. Yeah, this is one of those things which I feel like programmers kind of fantasize about. Cool. Font black. Font size. Anyway, something which one definitely thinks about automating away, but yeah, sometimes you just gotta do something manually. Alright. This is great. This is coming together. Alright. Cool. I like that. Alright. Text color. It's definitely something I wish I had. Text opacity. Oh yeah, that counts. Here I was waxing on and on about overloading this thing with complexity and giving people too many choices, but you know what? I'm going to take as a guiding rule anything that I would want out of this is something I will include in my own tool. That I also think is like kind of a good guiding star. Yeah, in lieu of like actual user feedback, which would be, you know, arguably a lot more important than what I want. Actually, definitely a lot more important than what I want. But def text opacities. But yeah, you know, the first person you're building for is you, and if you are not happy with what you have, especially in the context of this thing, which is all about me doing what I want to do, text opacity. Yeah, why not build your dream tool? Because if you want it, then chances are someone else probably wants it too. Text size. Let's get this a little bit bigger so we can see if the opacity takes effect. And it doesn't. Style it off. Text opacity 10. Font medium, tracking normal. I think I've probably got two classes on here which are controlling the same thing. TW text opacity. Right. So the question becomes, can I have something like text gray TW text opacity. Yeah, so these colors are going to depend on the opacity values themselves, right? Text purple 700. Don't try to use opacity utilities on inherited color. Do make sure to add text color utility to the same element explicitly. Customizing. Yeah, let's reset this. See if we can like. Okay, size 3XL. Text opacity 25. Yeah, that doesn't even really work, does it? Font thin, right. So I bet if we take that class off. Text 3XL, text opacity 25. Font thin came back. I think that's something that's just like loaded in already. So let's get rid of these. Let's make sure that we can get rid of these in the first place. Style 0 nil 1 nil 2 nil 3 nil. Refresh. Did we break it? We did not break it. All right. Text opacity 40. Text for Excel, text opacity 75. Is that changing anything? Text opacity 25? Or is there something, like a rule above it? It's influencing things. Font size, line height, that is not text opacity. Computed. Just a bunch of borders. Utilities for controlling the opacity of an element's text color. So maybe this needs to be used in conjunction with color. Text color 400, right. Yeah, maybe like a explanatory note that has to be used in conjunction with a text color. Does this work with text black? Yeah, maybe saying text black as a default. And then enabling text opacity to be controlled. Something like that, maybe. Do I put that in the note? In the label? Notes need to set text color. Cool. All right. Well, yeah, there's some UX considerations there in terms of like communicating how that works and what you actually need to also have set for that to work. So it's not like the rest of these attributes, which are like truly atomic. Text opacity depends on text color in order to like actually do something when you change it. So. Yeah, I'll put that thought on the back burner too. Text decoration. Alright. Into the vector you go. Text decorations. Let's not save that until we have defined it. Text decorations. Alright, text decorations. Over here, let's use our keyboard shortcuts, which I'm always forgetting, which are extremely useful. Text decoration. Alright, and text transform. Yeah. I think I'm going to add like a couple of these just to pick up the pace a little bit, and then we'll test them all at the same time. And I was a religious Vim user for the longest time. I really missed the VS Code keyboard shortcuts. Def text transforms. It's really nice to be able to not only make those kinds of selections, but to see them happening in like real time, which I think is the place where Vim fell kind of flat for me, because you had to like type out the command, and then after you finish typing out the command, you see like what happens, but you don't get that like progressive feedback with what you selected. Although I'm sure if I really worked on my vimrc file, then overflow clip. I'm sure if I worked on my vimrc, I could have achieved something like that. Vertical align, here we go. Inline or table cell box. Yeah, that's an interesting case. Align middle, align bottom, align top. Yeah, this is here's a curious case. These are very useful, but I need to. People are not going to like naively know that like, oh, if I want to use one of these text alignment classes, I need to like also go to this like completely unrelated drop down and set inline block. So I could make these available, and the question is whether to like add this class in addition to like whatever this class is whenever someone selects it, or if inline block is just kind of always on a text div. I think just having inline block always on a text div probably makes sense. So let's go to our text renderer and just play around with that a little bit. Render text p with a class of inline block and the text. So here's why I'm setting the actual classes along with the borders. And if I put inline block on the child, will this work? Or does it need to be on the same elements? Let me find out. Alright. Vertical alignments. Let's get these ones in and then let's have a test session. Align top, align text top. What's the difference between these two? Baseline, top, middle, bottom, text top. To align the top of an element with the top of the parent's element's font. This differs from top how. To align the top of an element and its descendants with the top of the entire line. Text top, text bottom. Don't know if I need text top or text bottom, given how the stuff is structured inside this. But let's see. Def vertical alignments. It's gonna be these. Okay. Vertical alignments. Here, Control W, our handy Calva shortcuts, vertical alignments, vertical alignments. All right. So a little testing session. Let's add the style. Let's see what this looks like. I think we refreshed too soon. We got an error. Nope. So where? It's my vertical alignment drop down. Well, those all work. Vertical alignment, hello. Vertical alignments. We've got no errors. $253 files to compile, 0 warnings. Well, nothing for it to start it again. And just a null vector. Same select I've been doing this whole time. Vertical alignments has been required under the right name. Well, see what happens. We're making good progress though. Good progress for sure. What are these random ports? I do not know. Definitely did not tell anything to start under any port with that number. Nope, definitely did not. Mystery for next time. Well, we got this, but now, because of the way we've applied classes to everything, border 2, border black, right, it's the button we're looking at, not the element. Yeah, so line top is on the div, inline block is on the p tag, but I wonder if we do this. Align bottom, fill change. Oh. Do I need to put it on the text element itself? If so, then that gets all of a sudden very interesting. Let's get back to our ducks. Utilities for controlling the vertical alignment of an inline or table cell box. So in the docs, it goes straight on the span. Inline block, line baseline. Let's try that. Vertical align baseline display inline block. Just for a lark, let's delete that. Place that. Does that change anything? No. That's because the P is now the whole div in the grid. Line baseline. No. What if you're a span instead of a P? Also not having an effect. Yeah, use a CSS class for me. Line bottom. What's this attribute called? This attribute is called vertical align. Vertical align CSS. Centering a complete guide. Check that out if this is not gonna give us what we want. Vertical align property in CSS controls how elements set next to each other on a line are lined up. In order for this to work, the elements need to be set along a baseline, as in inline or inline block. Need front-end training? I'd like to think I don't. Div class middle. Vertical align middle. So I guess it both both of these need to percentage. What's this one? Negative 500%. Interesting. So if I take that and I put it up here, I thought I had that before. Inline block, align baseline. Vertical align baseline. There's no effect on this element since it's not an inline or table cell element. Oh, So line baseline goes here, but inline block goes here. Or maybe just inline. Vertical alignment tailwind example. Flex. Justify center. Yeah. Line bottom tailwind example. Here's the V1 docs, probably won't help me. Tailwind CSS class, yeah, sure. $4:30, got another half hour. Baseline, top, middle, bottom, text. Great class. Tell me everything I need to know. Oh. It's a bit of a dickish statement. I'm sorry. Yeah, just a normal div with a normal span. If I change you to a P, does that change situation? Yes. What if I make you a paragraph tag with an inline? Yeah, line top inline. So what's the deal? Inline, line bottom, vertical line bottom. What I want is to send this thing like down to the bottom of the div, right? Yeah, I'm mysterious, but at any rate, we can leave it for now. I think I prefer to keep rolling on this as opposed to give myself a little note there. Okay, cool. What's next? White space. White space, no wrap. Element to white space property. Wrap normally, don't wrap. Preserve new lines. Pre-formatted lines. Yeah, don't think so. Word break. Break normal, break words, break all. Possibly add line breaks mid-word if needed. Yeah. Alright. Third verse, same as the first. Alright. Copy you. Word breaks. Word break. Alright, and I think we've come to the end of the thing, right? Yeah, we have. Alright, end of the textiles. Sounds a lot like text tiles. Break words. Oh. So if I add a ton of text, like, I mean really a lot of text, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Oh, that word break. So now we had style, word break, and if we increase the text size, say break words, break normal, break all. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so I think I need something on this div here to like control whether like words can like break out of their containing divs or not, which I don't think I want to allow. But yeah, once we get that, these break word utilities will be good, right? Uppercase. Really? There we go. Line through. Line through. You're getting overwritten by what? Text decorations line through. Text decoration, text transform. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, we're getting into some crazy stuff here. Font mono. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's neat. How do you work? No one relied. Yeah, anyway. Works a little bit. Needs something parent div to prevent word overflow in the first place. Alright. Yeah, we got our text decorations done, so that's super cool. Yeah, got like 20 minutes left on the stream, so what am I going to do? You could organize these into some kind of like drop-down menu. Because I think while I want to kind of give people the freedom to edit things, I also want to offer them something that's going to just make it easier to kind of find these things and locate them. It's like freedom does not mean unorganized. So yeah, I wonder if I can have like a drop down thing or like a tab thing. I think maybe tabs, like tabs in this modal, so you can tab back and forth to these different categories of stuff. So Yeah, implementing tabs in 20 minutes, that's kind of a lot of work. Oh, there's like polishing I can do, like, you know, once you click edit style, that means the button goes away so you can clearly see like what you're actually editing. But yeah, I think maybe I'll start with appearance none. Tut tut. Accessibility screen readers, SR only, not SR only. Background attachments, background color, background opacity, position, background image. Yeah, you know, let's get into this a little bit. Whoa. Super sody. Lower the desk. Sorry if that's super loud. And let's get into it. So, I was talking about tabs, but I think for the time being... Oh, right. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to say, like, H2 text stuff. Point down. And I'm going to say H2 background stuff. Also pointing down. Let's add some new selects with our background style controls. Alright. So some of these are going to be concerned with actual colors and stuff. Some of them are going to be things that control background images, which I don't think is going to be something I use, at least not for the time being. Oh, here we go. Local scroll. Alright, attachment clip, not gonna need. Color and opacity, position, repeats, no. Size, image, gradient color stops. From gray, I assume there's from gray via red to. That's cool. That's super cool. From via and to. That's so cool. Middle color. To the right. That's so cool. To the right, from purple via pink to red. That's so cool. Yeah, let's implement these, man. These are cool. But I think they need 3 drop downs from BG gradients. Where's like BG gradient? Where's that? To right. Setting the ending color of a gradient using the 2 color utilities. Is there like a gradient section here? Gradients. Gradient color stops, linear gradients. BG gradient direction in combination with the gradient color stops. To right, to left, to T, to bottom, I assume, is also in there. Gradient. 2T, 2B. Oh, here we go. BG gradients. To top right, to R. Ooh, very cool. Okay. It'd be sweet to have these in separate files for organization, but I think I'll just say text stuff, little party emoji. All right. And how about 3 of them? How about we go down here, we say gradient stuff. All right. Diff gradient directions. Yeah, gradient directions. First need to process them. Okay. Alright, gradient directions are those. Cool. Alright. Stuff. Alright. Next up is gradient stuff. Oh. Gradient directions and gradient direction. Direction. Gradient direction sizes. Nope. Gradient directions. Cool. Ah, man. This would be a nice note to end on. Alright, so now we got this. Yeah, I wonder if those need to be placed in order. Only one way to find out. And this is going to add a ton of CSS. So much CSS. Ah, man. Classes like this, your generated CSS is massive. But so worth it. Oh, and I didn't even know that was over there. I got this huge screen and it never showed up. Alright. Alright, here we go. Back to our formatting file. Alright. I think our first step is to get all this stuff that was in the middle out of there. Alright, now they're all the same. We can say everything tw-delete related goes away. Nope. First we get rid of those. Then all this bias stuff has multiples. So we'll just delete all these. Yeah. Wonder how overwhelming that'll be in the context of a drop-down menu. Hopefully not too intense. So that is kind of a lot to read. Alright. By transparent, don't want to miss you. I could say all the from dashes, get a quote. Funny patches something on me, don't I? Oh. Alright, they're all good. braces for everybody. Def gradient stops. Oh, and I need to organize these into from, via, and to. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Okay. So the froms need to be their own thing. The vias need to be their own thing. And the twos need to be their own thing. Yeah. Let's see. Gradient 2. Gradient 2s. Gradient vias. Gradient vias. Gradient froms. From via 2. Man. Tailwind's one of those things where, like, you wish you had that idea. No, you didn't. You get the benefit of, like, using it because someone else had the idea, but, oh man. Never used CSS utility library quite like it. Alright. From via 2. From via 2. Gradient direction. Gradient from. Ah, man. So much repetition. Via gradient 2. From via 2. All right. Man, never even used these in the context of building one of these out, so I don't know what they look like. Let's find out. I'm excited. Toggle style editing. Add style. To the right. From red 500. Ooh. Via yellow 500 to blue 500. Oh, so cool. Nice. Okay, now we could actually do some stuff. So we'll say like text 2XL, maybe something a little bigger. 3XL. Font mono. Let's see, what do I want? I want all caps. Text color, I want to be white. I want capitalize. Nope, nope, I want uppercase. Yep. And I want text center. Cool. Okay. Toggle style editing, toggle content editing. Thank you for watching the stream. That's all for today, folks. And bow. Alright. Ah, so cool. Okay. Well, anyway, I think I'm going to stop the stream there for today. So thank you for watching. I think that's all we're going to do for today, but man, what a difference. Like, this is the thing I've had in my head, like, the whole time. Just something that enables you to make something that's, like, so cool. I mean, it's a little bit ridiculous, but yeah, you know, with a couple of drop-downs, a little bit of know-how, a little bit of UX, you can make something that's so much cooler than the thing we're emulating. Let's just go here for a second. Oh, you know what? Oh wait, this is the working link. How much cooler is this than that? After putting the stuffed animal on Belle's head with food from Turkey to Croatia. I mean, so vanilla it hurts, right? Like I can't change the font size. I can't change the font size. and yet, yeah, just by making this tool available and using it in, kind of a refined way, and just trusting that, your user knows what you want, what they want, and they just want an easy way to put it on the screen. Like, you can get something that's like so much more interesting, like instantly. So that is so cool. Yeah, I'm gonna really enjoy going through these, the rest of these like excellent utility classes and seeing what we can do with them. Coming up with a nice way to control all this stuff that it makes sense, it's easy to use, and lets you like flex your creativity. Casapia SE, just dropping in, loving what I see. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, you dropped it and had a good time, honestly. Yeah, we just finished the, just finished like the whole reason I'm like making this app in the first place. Well, didn't finish it, but we got into implementing it for real, so I'm feeling good about this. Yeah, anyway, if you want to tune in tomorrow, we're going to be doing more of the same. We're just kind of making our way through Tailwind and, kind of thoughtfully picking and choosing which of the utility classes we are adding to this. But, yeah, anyway, we're making good progress. So, what have we got done? Done. Let's see. Made good progress here. We can control texts, attributes of all shapes and sizes, of all kinds, add gradients to our elements. It'd be good as like a, for next time, continue selecting, continue selecting, pruning Tailwind utility classes, and add more customization options. Excellent. Okay. Oh, hey, Dan. Cosapia SE. That's you, isn't it, Peter? Yeah. Yeah, that's, yeah, damn, man. You were here for my first stream. That's crazy. I think that's you, but yeah. Hey, thanks for checking in, man. Been enjoying corresponding with you, and, yeah, otherwise having you around for the show. So, yeah, anyway, that's all, folks. Thank you for joining, and I will see y'all later. So, anyway, have a nice afternoon or evening or morning or whatever time it is, and yeah, see you tomorrow.